What's up, YouTube? It's the Pokemon Purist. So this video I'm making right now, I do want to give a warning. Anybody who is a Pokemon parent, who is a good person, who knows in their own heart of hearts that they're a good person, you could just turn off this video or ignore it, because you're not gonna like the video. All right. I'm mostly making this video because I saw a picture on Facebook of a dad, a daughter, and a son opening. They weren't opening Pokemon packs. They had hits in their hands, and they were flexing their hits that they got. The dad is like grin to the moon, like looks like euphorically happy. The daughter is pretty happy, and then the son has his hits, and he's kind of like, huh? What are we doing? And it's like, oh, like the kid doesn't even care. The kid doesn't even care. And I've also heard stories of like other people waiting at restocks, and there's moms and dads in the line with their kids waiting at these restocks to get cards. And the dads are like fiendishly trying to get cards. Or worse, people are using their kids as a front to scalp. I'm only grabbing a couple boxes for my kid, man. I'm here with my son. I need seven prismatic UPCs. I need a Blooming Waters box. I need an Ascended Heroes ETB for my kid. And then the dad is at home with their sealed collection and it has it all on Facebook. This is my problem. Don't look at Facebook because it'll make you depressed. There's guys that on Facebook like posting their son's collection. We just got into this. This is a good investment. My son's collection is up 20,000 on the collector app or whatever. And I don't know. I don't want to look up any specific examples, but there's all sorts of stuff like that if you look in these Facebook groups. And I think that it's like totally toxic to view your child's interest and hobby as an investment and kind of like get excited about the investment aspect for yourself. Like using your kid to go and get boxes at a restock and be like, well, I'm with my son. And then the dad rips 3 ETBs and the kid gets 1 ETB or whatever. Or the kid doesn't even care about Pokemon and the parents are the only ones who are interested. Or the dad wants I feel like clearly, I also saw ladies loitering at a vending machine, talking on the phone, waiting there all day at one of the Pokemon vending machines. And I bet they would use some excuse like, well, I have to wait here because if I don't wait, all the scalpers will get all of it. But everybody knows the value of Pokemon, and a lot of these parents have malintentions, and they act weird, and they know all about the financial aspects of Pokemon. And for me personally, I would not want my kids to be into Pokemon at this time. At least the cards. I wouldn't want my kids to be into the Pokemon cards. And you know what? I see a lot of people online, they say Pokemon is a children's card game. Look how people are fighting at the restock and how they've ruined a children's card game. I can't get access to Ascended Heroes for my daughter and it's a nightmare. I, as a parent, look, I don't have kids, so you could grill me in the comments. I, as a parent, would say, look, this Pokemon card stuff has gotten completely out of hand and it's gotten ridiculous, and we don't behave like this. We don't line up and fight over cards, right? We're not going to fist fight other people for our opportunity to gamble, because at the end of the day, Pokemon cards mostly are gambling. If you need to open the packs, it's gambling, right? I would, if my son or daughter was dead intent on collecting cards, I would say, look, we could buy the single cards and we could save a lot of money and we don't have to fight anybody. We could just go buy the cards that we like. We don't have to rip open the packs. And ripping open the packs, it's fun, but it's mostly just gambling, right? And there's also, let's be real, Pokemon Go is completely free. You could go get a Pokemon coloring book. You could sit down with your kid and watch all the throwback animes. They're all on like Netflix and YouTube. And you could sit down and watch the show for free and get hit with tons of waves of nostalgia and explain to your son how everything worked back in the day for free. Pokemon Go is free. Or if you want to do something else, you could get Pokopia or Scarlet or Violet or Sword and Shield, and you could get the Nintendo Switch, and you could do your first playthrough of the new games, like with your kids alongside you, and then you could show them the old Game Boy games. There's so many other ways to be into Pokemon without being in like the FOMO hysteria of ripping and gambling on the packs, or having a collector app and looking at it as an investment. I just feel like looking at your kid's toy as an investment vehicle is just not the right way to live. That's just not the right way to live for me. And I know there's going to be somebody in the comments that's like, well, here's the thing though. If I show my kid how to grade his cards as a 10 and I show him how to keep things sealed and do an investment, then we're going to be able to sell it for his college fund one day. And then, well, for starters, nobody can predict the future. Nobody can predict the future that this stuff is going to go up. Second, you're turning your kid's toy into a speculative gambling vehicle. Pokemon cards, even when you win on them, you won on a gamble. They're not money. Okay? That's how I feel about it. And I feel like the space has gotten toxic. And you know what? Like, if you're a Pokedad and you want to invest, just do your own thing separately, right? Like, don't front your kids. Don't be like, I got the box because my son, or like, ripping packs with my son. And the kid is like, you know what I mean? Just do your own thing. Do your own separate thing. Like, don't force it with your kids. And instead of feeding into like the money aspect and the hysteria aspect, like, try to teach your kids like a little bit better values than that, and be like, hey, look, we could play Pokemon Go for free. That's just me, man. I feel like these Pokemon dads, some of them, and moms, everybody's taking hits here, because the moms are also waiting in the line talking about what the hype thing is and feeding into the FOMO. Try to teach your kids not to feed into the FOMO. And some of these Pokemon dads, man, you're forcing your kid to be into something they don't even want to be in, and you're doing it because like you think you could make money a little bit, right? And that's not everybody. That's not even the majority. I think most of the dads are just like, Pokemon cards, it is what it is, whatever. It's just, you know, some of them out here on social media, you see, right? Jeez, I'm cooking. I gotta open a door, guys. Next thing is Pokemon 30th anniversary is going to be absolutely insane, but maybe not as insane as people thought it was going to be. I mean, the foil Mew and the foil Mewtwo are going to be insane banger chase cards. People are going to scalp it to oblivion, 100% no doubt. But then also, like, you have a Charizard base reprint with a 30th stamp. The other cards are just reprints with 30th stamps. I think the singles for a lot of these cards are going to be pretty cheap. That's just my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts? That's all I've got. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize. I'm just a crazy guy ranting on the internet. And like I said, I don't have kids, so I don't really know how it goes. Peace.